Factorio Space Age. Continue. Alright, I've got food cooking. And I want to redo, clean up all of this mess off camera while I'm eating my food and while I'm watching streams or whatever. Background noise, watching YouTube videos, whatever thing it is. I just want to kind of get this all cleaned up. So I might rebuild a few of these lines to one uniform, more efficient setup. I don't know. I want to think about trying to optimize it. I do want to get concrete going, which I wanted to get going before so that I could put concrete paths. So while I wait for the food, I might try and get concrete automated. What else do I need to automate? That's it, right? I just have to get stone somewhere. But I already have stone somewhere. I've looked at the recipe multiple times last video, but that was days ago at this point. We need iron ore, we need stone, we need water, that's it. Lots of iron ore, stone. I mean, we also want steel and iron. Steel, iron ore. Steel, iron ore, water. Steel, iron ore, water. The thing is, I don't know if I want to end this. Why? Because I don't have those things over here, but I do have them over here mostly. I have brick already being produced. What else is brick used for? I don't know, there was some way to look it up. Tips and tricks. This thing. What all is brick used for? This one. It is used in... electric furnaces. That is one of the things that I want as well, and that one uses steel, and I do want to move brick over there. I hate this. I will need to do more stuff, but for right now, I just want to get any amount of concrete going so that when I run, it's not this slow. That's one of the things that I want in the video, and so that I can make things look pretty. That's what I want. I don't even know where my brick production is. But look! This looks like iron. Why is there no iron? Okay, there is iron. Brick. Is that what this is? This looks like brick. It's beautiful. Is that brick? I don't know. When I hover it, it doesn't say brick. But yeah, I think it is. What is it? We don't know what it's doing. Oh, right. I was making the furnaces up here. So, the only problem with this setup is I don't think there's enough steel. Yeah. We do need steel, but I wanted to put more steel into here anyways. Look, there's some steel going, but this'll eat more of it. Brick, steel, there's water right there. It's beautiful. This is exactly what I want, I think. All right, hippie. So, can I just do my current production line, which I'm going to update probably all of these. I don't know, that's the plan at least. And can I fit this where? Anywhere. Of course I can. So this could go right here. The only problem with that is we're going to have to get water in. I can do that. You are going to start making this one, because this one requires the other one. Yeah. But really, I want to make this one here because I can send the other one down. So this one makes the more basic one. It's the perfect plan. We don't need to make brick because I've already got brick. I do need iron ore, but it's not far away, I don't think. And we need water inputs, which are going to make that tricky. More tricky than usual. It's not that tricky. The only thing that's tricky is whether I have these pipes on me. And the answer is yes. Cool. That one. And regular pipe. I'm blind. So I'm trying to get some of this done before my food finishes cooking. Wait, this is a long way to that water. Oh well. I would like... not these. I would like these. Offshore pump. That is the one that I want. Right there. It's beautiful. This. Cannot reach. Yeah, but I could just do shift click and then my drones will go take care of it. This one. Shift click. But it doesn't stay. Isn't there a way to like do it always in ghost mode? There is. I have to build in remote view, I think. So if I go to map and then come zoom in. Now, yeah, that's way better. Where's this supposed to be going? I don't know. Out here somewhere. Holy zoom. That's amazing. Okay, far enough. And zoom in. So, if we hit inventory, oh, there was some setting that Falterfire mentioned in the Discord to be able to like ghost build with this or something. Okay, wait, that did it. I don't know what I clicked different that it actually placed. Maybe it was double clicking. Don't know. We're gonna delete that tree, but I want to delete what's behind the tree. That one. There we go. This one. It's beautiful. Copy. It's still strange to me that Control-C and Q are the two copy buttons. Control-C makes perfect sense. Q, very, very, very confusing to me. Hey, we're being attacked. Do I care? I don't know. I'll look at that. It beeps at me. I hate that it beeps at me so much. Hit map. Let's go find... Oh, I was already in map. I dislike that the two views are so similar but also so different. Make one game. They're like making two different games and they do them both poorly and differently, and I don't understand it, and it bothers the hell out of me. So much. Okay, they destroyed the RoboPort, I think. What it looks like. I'm just gonna place that. So without the RoboPort, what? I don't know. It's weird that, like, I don't know where I am in space. The game feels disorienting when you switch from remote view to regular view, and then you get used to one of them, and then the other one is, like, slightly different. Without good reason. It would be one thing if, like, one of the ways of playing was way more fun than the other. And it kind of is. Like, remote view is just better in most ways. But, like, the other way doesn't add something different. It just feels clunky. I don't know. And the other one feels clunky, just in different ways. Sometimes I want to build in one way, sometimes I want to build in the other. It's strange. Alright, so what we were trying to do was figure out how many of these it takes to make one of these. So this one wants to eat 1 concrete to make 0.5 of those. So we need 2 of these for every one of those, I think. That's what I'm going to go with. So Control-C, this. Sure, it's going to be too many power poles, but that's fine, I think. Shift-click. Shift-click. So if I do, that's 2 of the others. There's no way I'm going to be able to supply this, is there? Wait, just now realizing, hit X. We don't actually need this for all of those, which helps this not take up too much space. I could also get rid of that, and that. And then we can copy and paste. So right now, 1 of these, 2 of these, 3 of these. I could do 1 more of these, and then that fits well with this. Such a mess. Alright, shift click. Looks good to me. And so these have inputs over here. Inputs over here. These have outputs, but you're going to be inputs, 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 inputs. And then get rid of that. Cannot reach. My food is finished. Not cool. Not ready yet. But I'm almost ready. I would like to get it all plugged in. We'll assume that I'm going to get it all plugged in. I still have to run iron ore over here. What else do I need? We need everything. So we need this concrete. That's going to happen. That's easy. I would like to copy this. Paste it. Do I want to limit these? This one I do want to limit because there's only so much of this base. Like, really, I don't even want that base concrete. But I'll store some. I don't need to store it. I want a massive amount of the regular. Like, unlimited. So we need iron ore, brick. Iron ore, brick. Iron sticks I'm going to have to craft. So, iron sticks. How many of them? Let's look at this. It needs 1 for each of these. So 4 of these. How many iron sticks do we make? Because I didn't need to craft that. Just going to put that right here. Iron sticks. This one. You make 0.5 seconds to make 1? Show me that again. So this makes 3 per second. That's what I was wondering. I think... Wait, this eats 0.4 per second. Oh, then one of these is plenty. Alright. And these bricks, we are making 8 times 0.75, which 8 times 0.75 is less than half of a yellow belt. So these could just go onto the far side of this yellow, or the close side, because I think this puts on the far side. We could just do this. 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 That's not gonna work, but this would work. I think that would work. We need to power this on. So, this one needs to input what? Okay, it would have helped if this would have reached. Wait, is there a different size power pole? Medium. Because Falter Fire mentioned large power poles, I think. Science. Is there another power pole? Power. Circuit network. Wouldn't it be like right here? Medium electric pole. Big electric pole. Is there electric energy distribution 2? There is. But that one's lame. This one's lame. No, I think I'm just getting confused, and we're fine. Medium is it. Probably. Alright. That's fine. So yeah, I just need to feed in the things. And then, with the things, we can start producing massive amounts of concrete. Alright, so that is my plan. I'm going to redo all of this, spend some time, and then be back in some amount of time, and we'll figure out what the plan is for the future, or for the rest of the episode. Be right back. Oh no. Alright, it's been days since I started this video. I'm loading up the game, I'm getting back in, I don't even remember what I had last done. I keep getting distracted by new things, new games. Dice a Million just came out. The videos are almost caught up, though, for Factorio. I did turn this off from being daily for 1 day for 2 Dice a Million videos. Do I have my own music? No, Factorio has music. Totally does. It's just super quiet. Does it have music? Wait, do I just want my own music? Oh. Wait, that seems way too loud. Alright, sorry about loud noises. Volume is adjusted. Maybe I'll remember to edit that so that it's not so loud. I did have the music turned off, but the music is just like super atmospheric, and I don't need it. Maybe it's good at sometimes. I don't know. I'm fine with it either way. So I'm just gonna turn it off. Right, so off video. I have spent entirely too much time. Look at the map. One thing I learned is I really dislike the way this game zooms in and out. If I want to go zoom in on these solar panels, I put my mouse right up here, And look, zoom in, and it's perfect. Now, if I want to zoom back out, it depends where the mouse is for how it zooms out. Where normally with any user interface, it just zooms out from the center. If you use like Photoshop, or if you use DaVinci Resolve, or if you use Google Maps or anything, it would just zoom out like that. But that's not how this game does it. If I want to zoom out, like I can zoom out this way, it zooms away from the mouse. So normally you zoom in towards the mouse, but then you zoom out away from the set. It's just a small thing. There are so many little things with this user interface that bug the hell out of me. All right, we have a bunch more solar panels. The main thing I did was I started refactoring. Get out of remote view, I guess. I started refactoring the way that I'm assembling things. And I placed a whole bunch of concrete because I've been manufacturing a ton. Oh, Falterfire said some setting to change. It was... So I like that they have so many things, but they organize them so weirdly to where... Maybe it was in here? I don't even remember what it is. It feels like there should be like main settings and then advanced settings. And the main settings... Oh, it's something in here. All right, I'm going to look at this for a second and be right back. This is what it was. Pick ghost item if no items are available. They have like millions of people have played this game, I think. At least hundreds of thousands. They should be able to get like which settings are the main ones that people want and which ones do they use most of the time. And just have those by default and have those be easy to access. To access? Yes. So... Like, whatever this one is, this alt thing to show what recipes things are doing, that should be the default. I think it should. Whatever. Little things about this game bug me way more than they should, just because it's such a good game. But also, it's very flawed. Alright, so I changed up my green science. Before, this wasn't all in line. Nice and neat. Kind of the same with red, and I'm trying to do that with all my manufacturing. And if I can... I want to make it so that if I do Control-C, I could just do this, hit copy, and then I could come down to wherever there's an opening, or I could go to the map. So with the map, I could come down here, and all I would have to do is hit Control-V right here, so this, Control-Shift, Control-V, and that would paste it in, and bam, I have more green circuits, and it's nice and simple, and it's easy to expand, and I like it. The thing I need to do right now is if we look in the top right corner, Rocket Silo production has been halted at 497 out of 1,000 forever. I need red, green, and blue science. That is what I need. I have created... I'm thinking about moving this entire assembly, but I feel like I'm going to keep revising it. This is where I was starting to like work out what would I do for a new one. Trying to space it, but I don't love it. Like the RoboPort spacing feels a little bit off to me. I don't want to finalize this just yet. These belts through the middle feel a little bit off. I am thinking, I built my first car. I am thinking about having like a main road. Look, car! I drove it. It's very zoomy, kind of. In straight lines, but it's bad about moving over terrain with trees and with all this stuff. Oh, there was a good comment about I should use a tank. There was good comments about mining resources from space. So many good comments. You guys are awesome. It makes me want to play the game more. All right, but right now, I get distracted too much. My goal is just to make science. That's it. And to do that, bam. I'm thinking about moving my smelting and expanding it and doing all the things. But we're not worried about that. We're worried about one thing, science. Science, science, science. So that one thing. I don't know why I'm choosing to have this road right here in the middle. We're in remote view. So that road, I put in a drone order for this thing. That took so many drones to just build. It's so easy in this game to just say like, oh, I'm going to copy this. Okay, not that. But I'm going to copy this. And then you just paste it and drag to the left. And that takes so little time for how many blocks you're placing. It's kind of ridiculous. Okay, what did I do that? Oh, right, forest. Okay. I'm not distracted. Wait, these ones are just for blueprinting. So I could use these because I already have the blueprint. And you could be what? Not circuits. You could be red science packs. All we need is copper and gear wheels. And this makes one of these every 5 seconds. So it makes 0.2 per second. But it's multiplied by 0.75, so it makes 1.5 per second. 1.5 per second. Alright, so we need gear wheels, and we need copper. That's easy. Gear wheels and copper. Copper's right here. I would take the copper from right here. Do it. It won. And then I would take the gear wheels. And I want the gear wheels to be in line, so what does that tell me? That really I want to move this a little bit. I mean, in line, I kind of count this block as still being in line. So I can branch off right here, and that's fine. But then I could have done copper like that too. Oh well. This one, this one, this one, and number 1. So, this belt can move 15 of these per second. You, in theory, I think the limiting factor is what? It is the amount that the belt can do, in theory, at least. So, if I had 10 of these, it would be 1.5. Oh, these belts could support 100 of these. So that would be excessive. Right now, shift right click, shift left click. Hey, at least we're getting some amount. Now if I wanted to, I could copy and paste that. Oh right, this one's using substations, this one is not. I think I prefer substations. What does my blueprint use? My blueprint uses the old power poles. I wonder if I should update it to use the substation. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But right now, I'm going to copy this and extend it. Mostly because it's super simple to do. And who knows, maybe we want a whole bunch of red. That feels like a stupid amount of red. Probably because it is. I'm doing it anyways. I can always tear it down with drones later. Okay. It does not like that light. Control-Shift-Click. Alright, so that'll keep my drones busy for a second. That is one of the 3 sciences that we need. Next up, this one. You can do green, which needs transport belt and inserters. How quick does this make? Let's go look at it. So this one, it makes 0.12, so it's going to make less than the red. So really, I need even more green manufacturers than I need red, I believe. But the limiting factor is really going to be the blue, probably. I could set this up. How? We could copy this. And do Control-Shift-Bam. Is that good to do? I don't know. It means I can remove these power poles. Looks cleaner. I need to figure out, like, once and for all, what my final blueprints are. That was the idea with doing things off camera, but I'm indecisive, and I kept iterating and changing things up. Whatever. It's a work in progress. So we need yellow belt, and we need inserters. The reason I didn't start putting that together yet is I want to see what the next science needs. The next science, this goes right here. This goes right down one, right there. Control-Shift-Click. So the next science is this one. blue. I should check purple as well. Huh. We can do that. That one needs engines, red circuits, and sulfur. Oh, sulfur's going to be rough. That's one of the reasons I was thinking about moving this over to this new area, is I have room for more belts here. I still could move it. Worst case, I can do it off camera, and I could just copy and paste this entire thing over to the new area and let it run like while I eat, and it wouldn't be a big deal at all. We'll think about that. Okay, so Control V. This one goes... Where does it go? It goes... I'm still getting used to this. Here. Oh, there's also something with doing tileable blueprints that Falter Fire mentioned that maybe I should consider, especially if I'm going to put a lot of effort into the blueprints, which so far I'm not. We need electric furnaces and rails and productivity modules. I'm not making any of those yet. That'll be fun. Huh. I mean, I'm making furnaces, but I'm making them over at the other area, I think. I learned that you do not need to make many assemblers, because assemblers craft, they eat so many resources. Gear wheels, 7.5 per second. Green circuits, 4.5 per second. 7.5 per second. That means that these eat 30 gear wheels, which in theory, one red belt can do, but I'm only using half of a red belt. So I can't even supply. Really, I only need one of each of these. But this kind of works. I don't know. Kind of does, kind of doesn't. All of the things that I've learned on off camera while slowly iterating. So right now, let's just get green and blue going to do that, so that at least some science is being produced. Right. What is my plan here again? My plan is not to store all of these, and at the halfway point, I do want to merge. So the halfway point is one of these here. There's one of these here. There's another set of two. There's another set of two. There's another set of two. So it should be right where? Right here, I think. And if it's not perfect, then that's terrible. But it doesn't have to be perfect. This one, you're going to prioritize right. So we have a full... Yeah, but we don't need a full belt of reds. Whatever. We have it. Why is this set up the way that it is a question. Also, so I probably actually don't want to put the red science now that I think about it. Here, stop. One, I don't really want to put it into a box right now. But two, I might not want to put this into here because really it just wants to go... Where? It wants to go onto... or into research labs. I think... I should have done Control X. How do I reverse these easily? If I just took a belt and ran it, would it reverse them all? Not sure. Because it feels like the game is trying to do like smart things that help me. And this would be one of those things if it did work that way, but I don't think it does. Oh, it does work that way. I wasn't sure if it would flip the undergrounds. Okay. Now the problem is, this is running into my test area, but whatever, we're not actually using the test area. My layout area? Oh, I do have to reverse this splitter, though, that we had just set up. Also, what the hell is this mess? Okay, let's fix it. That one. What the hell is this mess? So no, it did not reverse them all, but it reversed most of them. Now you need to go output priority left. It's beautiful. Beautiful. So if I did that same thing, but said Control Shift, bam, click, and then set this one, but I have to go close to it for some reason. Bam, you are gonna be green. Check. Go to map. Shift click. Look at how much better that is. Ah, remote view versus regular building. Alright. Do I want the same thing down here? You're not going to produce many of these. They produce very slowly. So I kind of feel like the answer is yes. But we'll see if this is excessive. We'll find out. Control Shift click. Bam. And then this one. You are blue. Check. Escape. Shift right. That almost got all of them. If I was zoomed in at the right rate, then it would, or to the right distance, then it would copy and paste over all of those. This one makes even slower, so it's going to want so many of the things. So really, I'm going to want like 2 rows, probably. But for right now, I would be happy if I just got one of those set up. The chances of that happening are next to 0. Oh well. Let's at least just get a spot for it. We'll plan ahead. Oh, I also want to do science. Science is way more doable, or military science. They're all science. Way more doable. Oh, I might also want cliff explosives at some point. Right, I will. But for right now, I'm just going to ignore it and pretend like that isn't a real issue, even though it kind of is. Huh. Okay. That's an issue for future me. And that's a good argument for moving this, although I'd run into the same problem over here. I don't have to just extend down forever either. This is a hassle. Oh well. That is a hassle for me to figure out in the future. For right now, I want a whole bunch of research labs. How many? I don't know, a bunch. These ones. Do I have these? They're probably somewhere in the system. And how do I want to set them up? I don't know. No idea. I think I do care about efficiency modules for these. Okay. What I'm going to do is just say, this goes here. I hate this about the game. Control Shift click, and then, there we go. That's what I was trying to do. And then right click doesn't erase when you're holding Control Shift click. It does if you let go of Control Shift click. Huh. That's what I'm going with. That's a whole bunch of research labs. And I probably want what? Another row of the exact same thing. I should think about, before copying and pasting that, I should think about the inserters that I'm going to want. So we don't have to insert too quick, I don't think. Wait, those are just yellows. Okay, they looked green for a second, but I do need long-handed. And if I double-click, it will put it. I don't know why they chose double-click, because it doesn't feel like anything else in the game uses double-click, but that does. Fine. Why am I doing it that way? Copy. Copy. Oh, I need power poles. Huh. Control Shift click. Should do the power poles before I copy and paste it all. Power poles. It's beautiful. This one might be excessive. This one might be excessive. That one might be excessive. It is beautiful. Okay, next up, belts. We need 2 belts. They could be red belts, but for right now, let's say that supplying red belts would be ambitious. I hate it. Zoom out a little bit. Control-Shift-Click is what we were trying to do. Now it won't remove this. Why? Because it's trying to remove a tree. Okay. Which reminds me, I should just remove all the trees, probably. At least all the trees near where I'm working. Yeah, copy. That one. Bam. And then a second row of the same thing. This one. Control Shift. What? Oh, you're doing power poles. My bad. Just copy. One line. That one. Control Shift Click. Bam. We have done it. And now, copy this. Except horizontal. And zoom in a little bit. And never mind zooming in. I want this. Is that where I want it to go? Control Shift Click. That is where I want it to go. All right. Is that an excessive number of these? Yes. Do I need to produce them? Maybe, but probably not. Like, I can probably just make those by hand, but not in remote view. So, it's not tab to open inventory. For some reason, it's E, and Q is the, like, do all button. Are there a bunch of games that set... Maybe there are, and I just haven't played them. That set E to open inventory. I could remap it. It just... The one time I tried remapping a bunch of keys, I immediately hit a ton of conflicts that weren't even, like, listed when you search for the keys. Because, like, Q is used to clear your hand, and I don't know if that was, like, one of them. And escape is used at some times when really I want escape to be one of the main keys. And tab. I feel like tab. I don't know. And alt and control. It just feels like they're using keys in weird ways. Which I bring up way too frequently. But it's because I notice it over and over and over again. Alright, I'm supposed to be making more labs. Making labs requires iron gear wheels, circuits. I could just set up one thing making them. Alright, who else uses circuits? There's somebody else that does that. Belts? Advanced belts. If there's one already set up that uses those same resources, I should have looked on map view. Why do I have this whole area? Wait! Wait, that's... I just press buttons, and the button that I press to open the inventory is never E. I'll hit M, I'll hit tab, I'll hit anything except E. I do hit E to do other things. I just don't think of it as the open inventory button. Okay, and then I forget what I was doing. I was looking because... Oh, I was looking at what you take. Yellow belts, green circuits, iron gear wheels. I do think that's probably up where I'm making belts. Look! Yellow belts, green circuits, iron gear wheels. It's everything. It's all here. It's beautiful. And all we need is one assembler that gets all of those things. So I could just put it right there. This one. This one. You are going to make these. And this one. And this one. And this one. And power. Now that we have that, all I need to do is pull out, really, I'd rather this be on this side, and then, in theory, could just pull out onto this one. And then if I decide to extend that, I would just use an underground. Except that is supposed to be red. It's beautiful. And we really don't need many of these. I feel like 4 stacks will be sufficient. But even though I say that, I have so many resources, 6 stacks. I think that would be 300, which is definitely excessive. Why are you missing things? You are missing. Oh, because these are not what I thought they were. Crap. Okay. Hey, we got splitters. So now, instead of splitters, what do I need? I need this to go up. Bam. That was not what I wanted. They do like smart belt placement, but it feels stupid most of the time. Too far. That one. Thank you. Now it's not too far. Drag it again. Cool. Then I need to break that, but I have to come in here. Do this. Do that. We've done it. This can make 0.37 of those per second. Perfect. I do want to get the science plugged in. To do that, I want to run 2 science lines. Trees. Goodbye, trees. Okay, my base may be entirely too large, and the whole point of doing the concrete was so that I would run on it. It's not completely true. Half the point was that I want... what? That I want to be able to, like, visually distinguish different areas. Delineate? I want to be able to say, this goes here, this goes... yeah, that kind of thing. Beautiful. I hate that I have to, like, stare at this little sliver, like, right at the edge to tell which direction it's going. I guess it also shows the arrow there, but visually, I don't think, like, they do show the arrow. I don't know. For me, it's not immediately obvious when I look at these which direction they're going. And I feel like I would like it to be. If I could color code these... I guess they are color-coded to show how fast they are, but it would be more useful to me if it was color-coded where one was like entrance and one was output, where this was like green and this is red or whatever. But that is my thinking. Satisfactory, I could do that. It was really nice. I guess just like the input to a machine and the output. You could set up your blueprints and have them color-coded, and it made me happy. Alright, green. We're going to do these greens. We need things that aren't on the belt. Transport belts and inserters. Transport belts and inserters. How many do I want? A lot. Transport belts and inserters. No, I was going to... Game is too distracting. I was going to go run these belts to where they need to go. Where is that? They need to go to those things that I just set up. They do. Oh. Okay. I'm actually going to turn that up, which means I should remove these, but I should have done Control X. Oh well. This one. I hate it. Control Shift Click. Like, the blueprints are almost so convenient in this game, and then I have to hit Control Shift Click instead of just clicking. They're almost so good. And then I misplace, but that's okay. Hey, It's a whole bunch of assemblers. Sweet. Control, Shift, click. Bam. Control, Shift, click. And hit this one. The pollution and the trees and the biters, at least on this planet, all kind of feel like an afterthought where they're more of an annoyance than anything interesting. They don't feel challenging. They don't feel like I have to think. They just feel like, okay, this is stuff that gets in my way constantly. Oh, whatever. Kind of like running around with the character versus doing it in remote mode. Really, this should probably be this bottom one, and this can go like this. Bam. And then this one. I'm gonna have to switch over to blueprint mode because I can't reach those last three. Sweet. And I can't hit X to remove. There we go. That is the button to remove. There are just a whole bunch of things that it feels like they could have, by this point in development with this game, so many convenience features that would just be amazing. Like hit X once and it does regular remove. Hit X again and it switches to this one that removes nature. Because obviously people wanted the nature thing because they give you filters to do it. Trees, cliffs, big rock. They have like this trees, rocks only button, but maybe there's a hotkey to turn on trees, rocks only. I don't want to have to go down and hit, I know I can set it up to like 7 or whatever. I want it to be the same button to remove. Like hitting X twice does nothing, which feels like a waste. Make it do the thing, that would be good. Complain, complain, complain. Alright, this one, that one. Alright, my belts are set up for once I get these 4 science lines producing. It doesn't just make ghost ones. Alright, that is happening. We need a belt full of inserters and belts. It can be a combined belt, or it could be 2 separate ones. Yeah, but I don't know if I can really supply a full belt of either of those. I guess I would have to go look at them. Hey, we have a car. In theory, so we just hit enter. The car driving is not super intuitive either, just because the controls for, I mean they are, you just have to get used to it, but the controls for moving the player are different than for the vehicle, which makes sense except that I'm mostly doing the vehicle and the remote view, so it takes me a little while, ooh, my food just finished cooking, to get used to, I'm distracted by my food beeping now. This game is just constant distractions. To get used to moving again, normally, like with with A and D move you sideways. In the car, it has momentum in the forward direction. Hitting right, left don't do anything in the car unless you're moving forward. Which is accurate for a vehicle, it's just different than running. Huh. Why is there yellow belt here? That because I copied and pasted. Because I copied and pasted in this red section and it had yellow right here. That's totally what happened. Alright, let's upgrade all of this. Not that it matters too much yet, but it will at some point. Alright, I was trying to get a belt of these yellow inserters. The problem with that is my belt of yellow inserters doesn't actually go where I need it to go, and I am using it all the way down here. Let's go look. Or not inserters, but yeah, just belts. Where are my inserters? My inserters are over here. Huh. I might make a separate, like, dedicated thing just for making inserters and for making belts. Copy this. This one. Do they use the same resources? They do. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. So if that's what I'm trying to do, and how many of these do we make? 1.5 per second. At least they make pretty quick, and they're like fairly cheap except for a lot of green circuits. What I want to do is copy this. And this has to be before my science production. Luckily, we have room. I do have room right here, really. Is there any reason not to do it there? There might be. Wait, is that right? Doesn't feel right. Why is it wrong? Oh, because these are not properly sized. Okay. They don't fit the standard that I'm using for everything else. So what I actually want to do is put this one right here. Is that the right place? Yes, it is. Alright, so that should start making these assemblers. These inserters. Words. Words are hard. This one. Alright, I'm supposed to have 4 of these. Luckily, my food is just rice in a rice cooker. So you don't have to go get the food out of the rice cooker. It has like a keep warm setting. So I can eat the food at any point in time, which is nice. Alright, these can produce how many? 1.5 per second. So I'm going to want 10 of them in theory. In practice, that would eat a lot of stuff. So if I made 15 of these a second, that would be 1 full yellow belt, which would be half of a red belt, which we could do. Also, I'm thinking about feeding these out the right. Huh. Maybe I do that. Feed these out this direction. I think I'm just gonna make 10 of these and not think about it too much. So, that is 8 of them. That is 10 of them. These ones, you are going to become the other thing that I need, belts. How quickly do we make belts? We make belts 3 per second, so I should only need 5 of those, I think. Belts want to go on the other side of the belt. Do I really want to combine them like this? I'm going to say yes. So why aren't these being produced yet? These aren't being produced because we don't have iron plates. We don't have iron plates because I never set up iron plate grabbing. Because when I said I copy and paste in line, this one is outside of the line. Could I fix that? Question I have. What happens if I do this? Nothing good. Okay. What if I do that? And that. That totally works. And it is weird. but it makes it so that it doesn't extend out past the top of this row. This row really ends halfway through this caution line, because the caution line is too thick. Half of it goes to the one above it, which there is no one above it here, and then half of it goes to the one below. All right. So what I would want next is for this to go up, this to go here, but then what? Really, what I want is to scoot this down one. Put that here. Then, this one can go up. That one can go there. This one can go here. This one can go here. And I can pick up these. In theory, that should be an entire yellow belt. No, that should be an entire red belt. So, I would use the upgrades. Nice. And this just wants to go feed in. Wherever it needs to go feed in. Let's go backwards. So, ideally, I think this would feed in right here. Should be red. Do feel the difference when I get onto the concrete. All right, let's see how that does. This one. Right. I don't know if there's a great way to run it backwards, because they try and do like the smart placement. All right, that works. I mean, you can do it backwards, but there's not a great way to have it like turn while you run backwards or anything. I don't think there is. You are in my way and you don't need to be here. Okay, where am I trying to go to? I'm trying to go somewhere. Where am I trying to go? Did I already run by it? No. All of this is in the way, but it's not a real thing. You're fake. Again with the backwards. Huh. Where did I place these new ones? Hey, they're right here. That works out really well. All right. The whole point of this concrete was supposed to be to tell me like, hey, don't build stuff here. Or this is where undergrounds go. But instead, I'm just running right over it because this isn't really where I'm building. So if I upgrade all of this, see how it actually does. I don't think it'll supply a full red belt, but it should. The math shows that it would. But that's only if I'm inputting an entire yellow belt, I think, of all three resources. Which isn't really going to be possible because it's trying to use enough of them to do both, so it would need to be a red belt. For any resources that are shared by both of those, which I think is everything except for circuits. So like each of these wants a full yellow belt. You use everything. Oh, and circuits are the one that I'm supplying a dedicated belt. My bad. So circuits don't need to be upgraded, but these I think do. Red. Okay. Not like it hurts to have reds in there. So if I do that, it could, in theory, supply 15 per second of iron and of gear wheels. Yeah, but these need... Oh, these don't need as many. You get twice as many belts as you input. So this does not require the same inputs that this does. Still, I'm not sending enough. And this, yeah, that is the, Really, I should have done a dedicated iron line. And I should have done a dedicated gear line. I could do, you need iron, you need gears. And the circuits only need half of a line. Is there a good way to do that? Yeah, there is. I just use inputs on the other side. Why are they so full on gears? I mean, I can do it. So, let's just do it. We want gears and iron. It's not pretty. Gears and iron. Could go right here. It's really not pretty. That is still within line, or within the footprint of this layout. And then this one. That one goes like this. This one. I can just use the upgrade planner. That was not what I meant. Okay, there we go. It's beautiful. Upgrade planner. Do it. That is not what I meant to do. I would like to disconnect you for a second. Disconnect you. It's supposed to go one further down. Could have copied and pasted that. Okay, so that was not what I meant to do. What I meant to do... Oh, but... I do want these to be red-handeds that are pulling out because... No, red-handeds can insert quick enough. I think I'm good. They just need to come out to here. There. And I will eat this iron plate. Give it. That is mine now. Okay, in theory, they would have used up the iron plate at some point. There we go. So now, these reds. Red one, red one, red one, red one. What the hell? Who set this up? Ooh! Who did this? This one. Red one. Red one, red one, red one. Another red, another red, another one. Why is this yellow? Because that's what I have on my hotbar, and I haven't changed it, and I don't know why. There we go. Should switch that out. Okay. In theory, that should supply enough. This one doesn't have the second inserter, but it could just grab from the top and probably be fine. They don't both actually need access to the top and bottom belts. Alright, so that is going. And hopefully it's going pretty fast. I don't think I have enough science producers to really eat through 15 of each anyways. Look at that, green science. How many would you eat through? 0.12 times... Oh, maybe they would. No, because even if I have 10 of these, they only eat through 1.2 of each. So we're nowhere near eating through that many of those. Cool. But that means I could set up a second line of greens very easily. First, let's get blues going, because all I would have to do is plug this into the second line. And look, it is backing up rapidly. Alright, blues. Are blues gonna be... Oh, I don't remember how long the start of this episode was. I think it was like 10 or 15 minutes. I feel like blues are going to have to be their own episode, because for that, I do have to get engines figured out. I have red circuits. I have lots of red circuits. Red circuits are the thing that we want the most of. Well, we don't want many of them. Yeah, because I have to run sulfur over here, and I might need to expand my sulfur production, which really means I need to expand my oil production, which I have to do eventually anyways, and revamp it. I have not done much with the... Wait, did I do much with the oil? I think I did that on camera. Oil. Where the hell is oil? Oil production. I did this expansion on camera, I believe. Pretty confident. Yeah, because if I did it off camera, I would have added lights and, like, taken my time more. I say that, but I didn't add lights to half the stuff I did. Concrete. Look at this. My concrete is beautiful. And we're filling up 1 box of this. 4 boxes. So I have so much. If I put in the order at random, we have 19,000 just sitting there waiting, which is beautiful. I have 17,000 green circuits, 10,000 red circuits in storage, 4.8 thousand solar panels. But if we look at our solar, I probably have way more accumulators than I need. I don't care. The main thing is we have plenty of satisfaction. And I don't even use that much power until we start eating up the science. And we'll start eating up the science as soon as I get blue automated. I could work on that off camera. I just don't know which things I should show on camera and which, I mean... I could go... The thing is, if I don't do it on camera, it's probably going to get delayed by a couple days. Where if I do it on camera, then I will just do it, because I'll get distracted and start watching other things, is what I learned. And then I don't actually get anything done. I just run around in the game for like 5 hours without doing anything. Or leave it open for multiple hours. Next time, I will think about either having set up blue science off camera or we'll do it on camera. One of the two. But for now, that is going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.